Today we're going to dive into the homes you should avoid at all costs. The hidden traps in the housing market that look tempting, but they're nothing more than money pits. Imagine investing your hard-earned money into what looks like your dream home, only to find yourself drowned in unforeseen repairs and skyrocketing costs. So today I'm going to show you how to spot these disasters before it's too late. Diane Cardano here, and please hit that subscribe button. Join our mission of straight talk real estate right here on my channel. Let's dive in and ensure your investment is sound and secure, because we're on a mission to hit 1,000 subscribers before the end of the summer. Let's start out with bad plumbing. And what's hidden beneath the surface is your plumbing pipes, right? Your plumbing system. So according to the National Association of Home Builders, plumbing repairs are one of the top 3 unexpected expenses that homeowners face. The average cost for a major plumbing repair can be a whopping $3,314. Now imagine a house with outdated or failing plumbing, such as iron pipes that were commonly used before the 1960s. They're susceptible to rust and leaks. Also, there's galvanized pipes installed from the 1930s to 1960s. They can build up mineral deposits, reducing water pressure and causing leaks. Both scenarios can lead to a major headache and expenses down the line, and you weren't probably expecting them. So, how do you spot the signs of plumbing issues when you're looking at a home? You can't see these pipes. But there are some visible pipes, and if you see exposed iron or galvanized pipes during the house tour, that's a red flag. These pipes may need to be replaced due to the high probability that there's corrosion buildup on the inside of the pipe. Low water pressure is next. Noticeably weak water flow from the faucets could indicate clogged pipes. All you have to do during your showing is your viewing, just turn on all the water, because clogged pipes will slow the water flow and eventually could cause your pipes to burst. Next, we have discolored water. Now, if you see rusty or brownish water, hints at iron pipe corrosion. Corroded pipes may leak toxic gases, which cause dizziness, nausea, headaches, anxiety, coughing, sneezing, all those things, runny nose, eye irritation, fatigue, and in extreme cases, unconsciousness and death. And damaged pipes may be comprising your health and putting you at risk for a respiratory illness. So really, really watch out for those pipes. Next, look for damp spots. Now you can look around. Unexplained moisture around the walls or floors could be a sign of hidden leaks. Look up and down, all around when previewing a home. I always do that for our clients, like the eyes. Keep your eyes away from the new kitchen, the fancy hardwood floors, and keep them focused on these horrible truths that might be wrong with the house. You never know. Next, we're going to talk about faulty wiring, because another hidden danger that lurking behind the walls is outdated electrical wiring. Knob and tube wiring used pre-1950s as exposed wires that pose a serious fire hazard. Aluminum wiring used from the 1960s to the 70s can overheat and cause electrical fires if not properly maintained. The risk is real. According to the National Fire Protection, electrical malfunctions are the leading cause of home structure fires in the United States, accounting for, on average, 24,000 fires a year. So don't let your dream home, this fantastic home you bought, turn into a nightmare. So how can you spot the signs of faulty wires? First, look around. Look for frayed or exposed wires. During your home inspection, ensure there's no exposed electrical wiring. When exposed wires are touched, electric shocks can occur, so really watch out for that. Look out for flickering lights. Lights that dim or flicker could indicate overloaded circuits. You can go on the electric box downstairs and see if there's any places to put extra breakers. If not, it could be an overloaded box. That is an easy fix. You just get a new box, but they could cost a good $2,500, $3,000. Not cheap. Look out for warm outlets. Like hot outlets are fire hazard, guys, so it may signal some faulty wiring. Be really aware of that. And look for a fuse box versus a breaker box, because older homes will have fuse boxes, and they have both, some of them. They might require rewiring to accommodate some modern electrical demand. So if you have both, and find out which, if anything, is being run by these fuses. Very important. Now that is, on the Pennsylvania, that is a question that's asked on the seller's disclosure. The seller has to divulge if he knows of anything. So if they know it, then they're supposed to tell you. Next big thing we're going to talk about is the roof over your head. And talk about when flat roofs become flat-out problems. While flat roofs are common in some areas, they can be problematic, especially in climates with heavy rain or snowfall. Flat roofs have a lower pitch, which means water doesn't drain as easily and can pool, leading to leaks and structural damage. Additionally, repairs on flat roofs can be more expensive than on traditional pitched roofs. And a statistic I found to consider is the study of the National Roofing Contractors that flat roofs typically have a shorter lifespan than pitched roofs. And most people know that, and you can find that online. They last usually about 10 to 15 years compared to 20 to 40 for a regular roof. So how do you spot the signs of a bad roof? Well, one, you can look for visual ponding of water on the roof. If water sits on the roof after snow or rain melts, it's a red flag. Next you can look for cracks on the roof membrane. Look for any cracks or tears in the roof surface material. You can see that from the street. Third thing you can look at is signs of water damage. Check the ceilings and walls inside the house. Always look up and down for water stains or mold growth. Go into the attic. That's when you'll see that. Very important. If you're not going to do a home inspection because of this market, get into the attic. Climb in there. Find out what's going on. That's what you'll know. Find out a lot about your roof if you go into the attic with a flashlight. Next, look for material breakdown of the shingles. That's definitely signs of deterioration in the roof material. It can be blistering, or brittle, or you can just see it curling. Curling on the roof is another one. The roof shingles at the end of their useful life, you can see them curling up. A new roof should be putting on very soon because it could be a problem. Next thing, beware. Maybe look at some history or find out somehow about homes that had past fires. They may have a history of fire damage. While some fire damage can be repaired, extensive damage can compromise the structural integrity of the house. So you want to know exactly what they did. Pictures would help too. Additionally, insurance companies may be hesitant to insure a property with a fire history. If they do, premiums will be significantly higher. But the sobering fact of it is that the National Fire Protection reports that home fires cause an estimated $14.3 billion in property damage annually in the United States. That's a hefty price tag and a potentially red flag for any house you're considering. So how do you spot the signs of fire damage? One, there's visible fire damage. Look for signs of charring on walls, ceilings, or on exposed beams. Second thing, there might be some odor, smoke odor. A lingering smoke smell can indicate incomplete fire remediation. Or water damage. Firefighting efforts also cause water damage, which can lead to mold growth if not properly addressed. Next, you want to look at building code compliance. Ensure any repairs following a fire met current building codes. You can go to the township and find out about that. Very important. And also insurance history. You can ask us for a copy of the property's insurance history to see if there have been any fire-related claims. And that also is a question on the seller's disclosure. So if the seller doesn't know because it was from a seller down the road 3 times, you might not find out, but it should be in the township records. You might even find it in the newspaper, like just go search it online. Next, we're going to talk about location, because location can be really bad, and it could take a lot of value off your home, 5-10% if it has some of these things. And we know location is key, but sometimes a seemingly perfect spot can have hidden drawbacks. First thing, it could be in a flood zone. Like even in flood zones, terrible. It comes with high risk of flooding. Flood insurance can be very expensive, and repairs after flood can be devastating. The FEMA, which is a Federal Emergency Management Agency, offers flood zone maps to help you determine a property's flood risk. The flood insurance is an extra cost, a cost that may push you up over your mortgage payment limit, and you won't even be able to afford the home. And that's why homes in a flood zone always sell for at least 5 to 10% less, because people have to spend the extra money per month on the flood insurance. There was a house around the corner from me. I had the market 4 times. Finally, the 4th time's a charm. Finally got sold last year, and it was in a flood zone. I mean, this flooded. I mean, it's literally, there were years they owned a house where it didn't flood at all, and there's other years where 2 or 3 times a year there was 4 feet of water in the home. So they managed it, but it is expensive when that happens. So you have to have insurance. Second thing, look out for high crime neighborhoods. Now, high crime neighborhoods is important because safety is important, and you can research that, the crime rates in your area. Always do the research for sure. Next, look at the proximity to undesirable features. Think noisy highways or train tracks or industrial areas or power lines in the backyard or proximity to a power plant. Also look around the neighborhood. Is the property close to or backs up to an undesirable neighborhood? You know, that really takes off money from a house. Next, you want to look at the limited access to amenities. Ensure location offers convenient access to schools and grocery stores and other things that you like. Necessities that, especially if you have a family. If you're like me, I look for a proximity to a healthy grocery store. Very important if I move to an area. And a good gym, someplace where I can work out. A really big factor that people don't even look at is the lot. What is the lot like? Is it sloping up or down? Is it pie-shaped? Is it a corner lot where there's no backyard and it's just a front and side yards? Do you have a flag lot, which is a long driveway to get to your house? Your house is here and there's a house in front of you. You're behind someone else's lot. It's called a flag lot. Do you have one of those? Busy streets, all that stuff will take at least 5 to 10% off the price. So you might like this house and well, nobody else likes it. It's because they're the things. And watch out, because when you go to sell it, you're going to have the same problems, especially if the market's not like this, where the inventory may be higher at the time and people have other choices. But if you're in this market and you have to buy a house and you love this house and it's one of those bad lots, really reconsider. So how do you spot the signs in a lot? One, the flood zone thing, you can get flood zone maps. You can check FEMA's website to see if the property is in a designated flood zone, and your mortgage company is not going to tell you because they're not going to let you buy it without flood insurance. As far as crime statistics, just go to your local police departments or neighborhood websites, often provide crime data. Next is trust your gut. If the vibe of the area doesn't feel right, listen to your intuition. Your realtor can also help, however, they're limited to the information they can give you. And as far as distance to amenities, just map out nearby amenities to access convenience. How important is that for you? Where's all the things that you're going to need? And the lot, gosh, it could take, like I said, 5 to 10% off your value, even though you like the home inside. Don't be fooled. Walk the lot. Make sure you're not overpaying for a home that you'll have to have trouble selling in the future, like I said before. Very, very important. And I will definitely stop you from buying a house on a bad lot and make you think twice, unless you're staying there forever and you don't care. Now, next we're going to look at the curse of what's called the oddball house. Now, curb appeal may seem superficial, but it can significantly impact resale value. Here's why avoiding oddly designed houses might be wise. Unconventional layouts is the first thing I can think of. A house with a confusing layout or unbalanced number of bedrooms and bathrooms can be off-putting to potential buyers. I wouldn't buy a home with like for example, look out for a home without a first floor bedroom. A first floor bathroom, I'm sorry. First floor bathroom, oh my God, you have to have a first floor bathroom. Otherwise, we call it functionally obsolete. You know, if there's nowhere to put one, if there's maybe a place that can be installed or we can put it in later, that's great. But watch out for that. When you walk the house inside, if it doesn't flow right for you, it's probably not going to flow right for most people. Next, look for architectural oddities, like a home with an extraordinary, unique architectural style. It might be difficult to sell as it caters to a limited taste. I had this one house, it was like a Spanish house. It took so long to sell, and this is a market, not this market, other market, but because it just, people needed to like that Arizona feel. Next, look for extensive renovations that are required. Now, a house that requires major renovations to bring it up to standard can be a daunting project, but for most buyers, but you know, if that's not bad for you, then go for it. Actually, those types of homes are ones I say to buy, because then if you're a contractor type person, you don't mind that kind of stuff, they're the ones that other buyers aren't buying right now. So how do you spot the signs? Well, a confusing floor plan, like I said before, if the flow of the house feels awkward, imagine how potential buyers might feel, and it would be a hard time selling in the future. If there's an unusual number of rooms, a house with, say, 5 bedrooms and only 1 bathroom, could be a red flag. Significant cosmetic issues or extensive repairs or renovations needed before it can deter buyers. So there's a lot of things I went through today. And all I can say is, when you go to see a house, if they have some of these things you're not sure of, then skip it. That means it wasn't meant to be. It's hard to do, I know, but it's the thing to do. And by arming yourself with knowledge and being observant during your house hunt, every home you look at, be very observant, take notes. You can avoid potential problems and find a home that's a smart investment. Remember, a thorough home inspection is crucial in uncovering hidden issues. If you don't get a chance to do a home inspection, go through it yourself. Bring your contractor through the house when you're looking at a house to buy if you can't do an inspection because the market's crazy. And don't hesitate to walk away from these red flags, okay? Your dream home might be out there waiting, and it shouldn't become a money pit, all right? So Diane Cordano here. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home in my area, filling the burbs, give me a ring. You can just go on my schedule, call dianenow.com, or just go to my schedule, Diane's calendar, and we can talk about buying a house, avoiding these pitfalls. Just leave a comment below. Have you got caught one of these traps? And don't forget, like and subscribe for more real estate tips and insights. See you next time.